Coming up on News Live at 6, the community celebrated the Transgender Day of Visibility, how their efforts are leading to a trans safe haven.
Plus, a recap on Autothon this weekend will tell you how much money was raised.
And President Trump says he isn't joking about running for re-election. What he says he'll do. News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Hello and welcome to News Live at 6 for this Monday. I'm Max Williams.
And I'm Maria Achkar. Today marks the International Transgender Day of Visibility. The celebration of transgender lives is also a day of awareness. Our reporter, Caleb Plank, is live to tell us more about the movement. Caleb, good evening.
If you walked around the promenade today, you might have seen chalk art on the ground displaying messages like "Stop killing us" and "We heart trans people." This is because today marks the Trans Visibility Day. As the political climate has shifted and the Trump administration has targeted the trans community, members are responding by finding a way to come together.
The last couple of months, a lot of my trans friends and I, both in the university and in the communities of Syracuse more broadly, have been trying to get together and foster more trans community here. And we wanted to do something visible today at the university just to show that we're here, and in particular, we are trying to spread awareness about the possibility of Syracuse becoming a sanctuary city for trans people.
A trans safe haven means legal protections and rights are upheld and enforced for LGBTQ individuals by the city.
So right now it's a petition. We're hoping that it will move forward to become something that the city council will vote on in the future. It tends to be in places where, there's already been a commitment from the city to make the sort of bureaucratic steps of trans life as smooth as possible. And we're hoping that by getting that commitment from the city to say that they're a sanctuary city, that will make them, really go all the way in terms of doing everything they can to make sure that trans people are safe and supported here.
To learn more and sign the petition, you can visit safehavensyracuse.com to help them reach their goal.
For Syracuse to really be a hub of thriving trans life.
On the websites, there's links to petitions, readings, and articles, all aiming to create a trans safe haven here in Syracuse. For Citrus TV News, I'm Caleb Plank. Back to you guys.
Caleb, thank you. Voting for the 69th session of Student Association is now open. On the ballot is President, Executive Vice President, and Comptroller, and various other assembly races. Students voting today are automatically entered into prizes like the chance to win priority registration. The link for voting was sent to your SU email.
The man who shot himself in front of police last week is now dead. Police say 19-year-old Trayvon Nellens died over the weekend after a domestic incident call led to the encounter. Syracuse Police Chief Joe Cecil says when officers approached Nellens, he shot himself. Cecil says body camera footage indicates that none of the officers shot Nellens.
Well, 10 officers indicted in the beating of inmate Robert Brooks have been given plea deals. Each of the guards appeared in the court this morning before Oneida County Judge Robert Bauer. The guards now will decide whether to take the deals or go to trial. All the officers previously pled not guilty to fatally beating Brooks late last year. Governor Kathy Hochul has ordered all state employees involved in the beating to be fired.
And 3 Sackett's Harbor students are facing deportation after ICE agents detained them late last week. The children are described to be in grades 3, 10, and 11. The children were then transported to a detention facility in Texas for deportation. The Jefferson County Democratic Committee is planning to protest the detentions on Saturday. The protest plans to march past Border Cesar Tom Homan's house, who lives in the Sackett's Harbor School District.
Well, public transportation in New York is going farther. Centro is expanding its network to include Cortland County. This is the first time Centro has expanded its services in 20 years. To celebrate, Centro will be providing free rides all day today, and Centro has also reduced fares to $1 per ride for city buses and $3 per ride on services to Cornell University.
And now we're going to take a look at our traffic right now. Here on our screen, you see Interstate 481 northbound and southbound. Those lanes will be reduced from one lane from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. until Friday.
Yeah, and workers are installing overhead signs as part of the I-81 viaduct project, but looking pretty clear out there on this Monday evening commute.
Well, you know, the clouds might be out right now, but I have to say it was pretty warm today.
It was.
I mean, I walked outside and I was pretty happy with it. I didn't need a jacket for the first time in months, and you know, you can't say that very often in New York.
I know, it's so exciting. I was driving around today with my sunroof open. It was like so nice.
You had your sunroof open?
I did.
Wait, I almost wish I was with you. That would have been a lot of fun, actually.
It was nice, like the warm air was coming in. So
love that.
Yes. Well, we'll see if this warm weather is sticking around. Let's go to Riley.
Thanks, Max and Marie. Yes, today was gorgeous. I was wearing a short sleeve shirt. People were all over the quad in hammocks and throwing football around. Like, it was such a gorgeous day. A little bit cloudy, but then the sun was there. Unfortunately, it has gotten cloudy again, and it went down to about 59 degrees outside, but still super nice for a March, almost April day in Syracuse. There is a 72% humidity right now, so it is feeling pretty humid in the air, and that's going to continue throughout the week. But looking at tonight, it's going to drop down a little bit more to 38 degrees. Now, today we had a high of about 67 degrees, so that's almost a 30-degree drop overnight. So it's going to be pretty chilly, and there is a slight chance of rain overnight, so that might make for a nice evening. The rain falling when you sleep is perfect, but that is going to continue into tomorrow. There's a chance of rain, and it's going to feel like 31 degrees tonight. So if you are traveling throughout the night, make sure you're bundling up, and I'll have more on tomorrow's weather later in the show. Back to you guys.
Well, plans are continuing for a Tesla sales outlet in Oneida Indian Nation territory. Despite a construction delay, despite the current political turmoil surrounding Tesla and its owner Elon Musk, the delay has no relation to it. When built, it will be the only Tesla electric vehicle sales outlet in all of upstate New York. The project was initially set to open early this year, but now completion is expected in late 2026.
And applications are now being accepted for the Onondaga County Small Festival Fund program. County Executive Ryan McMahon says the $100,000 fund is designed to support and grow arts and cultural festivals that take place throughout Onondaga County. Grant awards and funding recommendations will be determined by a panel of artists and community leaders. Awards up to $7,500 will be given to successful applicants. The application can be found on www.cnyarts.org.
Well, Marie, this weekend was Autothon's Dance Marathon. The community came together for a final push to reach their fundraising goal.
Yep, that's right, and participants danced away the day, watched performances, and did challenges to raise money.
Yeah, that's right. Our reporter Izzy Leibowitz went to the event and saw how Autothon's year of work paid off.
Hello, I'm Izzy Leibowitz, and I'm with CitrusTV, and I'm here at Autothon's Dance Marathon. Their theme is Dancing Among the Stars, and there's a bunch of activities and performances going on.
Our fundraising starts literally the second this event ends.
They raise money for Galasino Children's Hospital just down the road. Emma Lockus talks about Autothon's goals and anticipation at the event for the grand total raise.
And they start fundraising for the next year all over again. This year is to just beat last year, and I'm optimistic, but I'm scared I don't want to jinx it.
Riley and Lexi are two Malco children who wanted to give back to the organization that supported them and found them their lifelong friend.
Just seeing so many college students work together all throughout the year so hard to come together for one event that raises a ton of money for things that may seem simple.
But it's a great environment, and they're all just so kind.
And I always say that the hospital is my second home, but I definitely have a second home as well with Autothon.
The executive director, Grace Bouchiers, tells us about how they wrap up the year.
And at the end of the event, we show our final fundraising total for the year and just celebrate with the families.
In the end, they made their goal. They made $115,495 for Upstate. And I'm Izzy Leibowitz with CitrusTV News.
Well, Izzy, that looked like a fun time there. All right, coming up on News Live at 6, Trump says he may seek re-election for a third term, how he's considering sidestepping the Constitution.
And Elon Musk on stage in Wisconsin ahead of the state Supreme Court election. What he said and how much he donated. That and more after the break.
Welcome to Live from Studio B.
Welcome to another episode of Culturally and Technically Legal.
Previously on Survivor.
Welcome back to the Esports Juice Box, where we break down this week's esports news into digestible sizes for easy consumption.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
You're watching Citrus TV News, live at 6 with Max Williams, Marie Achkar, and Riley Fay. And now, your campus news leader continues.
I have had more people say, please run again. I said, we have a long way to go before we even think about it.
Well, President Donald Trump there today on Air Force One responding to questions about him seeking a third term. Trump did not rule out the possibility of running for re-election, saying in an interview with NBC News there were methods for running again and that he was not joking.
The 22nd Amendment prohibits anyone from being elected president for more than 2 terms. Changing the Constitution would require a 2/3 majority vote in Congress or a constitutional convention. Trump has previously joked about serving a 3rd term before this weekend's comments.
Well, staying on board Air Force One, President Trump also talking about the benefits of tariffs. Trump says a new set of tariffs releasing Wednesday will be a, quote, liberation day for American manufacturers.
This country is going to be more successful than it ever was. It's going to boom. We're going to have boom down USA. We're going to boom.
Economists say that average U.S. families would have to absorb the cost of his tariffs. Trump says the White House is investing billions of dollars in new projects to avoid higher prices.
Well, while Trump was on board Air Force One today, Elon Musk was on stage in Wisconsin ahead of the state Supreme Court election. Musk gave away a $1 million check to 2 voters who signed a petition to stop activist judges. The Wisconsin Attorney General unsuccessfully sued to stop the giveaway, arguing that Musk was violating a state law banning gifts in exchange for votes.
Musk has already donated $14 million to Trump-backed Judge Brad Schimmel. The race could flip Wisconsin's liberal-leaning Supreme Court. Musk himself says that the election is a chance to stop redistricting, and then that could help Democrats in Congress.
Well, at the latest on the 7.7 magnitude earthquake in Myanmar and Southeast Asia. Myanmar state media says that the death toll has passed 2,000. Rescue efforts continue as international rescue teams from several countries provide aid.
The full extent of the devastation is still unclear, but Microsoft is using AI to analyze satellite images of Mandalay, the 2nd largest city in Myanmar, to assess the destruction. The technology analyzes the percentage of destruction that buildings have experienced.
And French far-right leader and frontrunner in the 2027 presidential election, Marine Le Pen, has been found guilty of embezzlement. The verdict will keep Le Pen from running for public office for 5 years. The case involves accusations that Le Pen's party, the National Rally, illegally used millions of euros in European Parliament funds.
The judge presiding over the case says that nobody is entitled to, quote, immunity in violation of the rule of law. An opinion poll on the 2027 election says that Penn has 34 to 37% of the vote. That is more than 10 points above her closest rival. Le Pen denies any wrongdoing in the case.
Coming up on Citrus TV News, I'll have what you can expect if you're going to the Syracuse Mets home opener. Stay with us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back. I mentioned the Syracuse Mets home opener, which is tomorrow, and it's going to be a cold one, a high of 38 tomorrow, and that game's in the evening, so it's just going to be much colder, somewhere in between the 38 to 26 range. Now, it is going to be sunny throughout the day, but if you are going to that game, I would definitely bundle up, hats, gloves. It gets chilly, especially when the sun goes down. Wednesday, a little bit warmer at 48, and it will be sunny throughout the day with some rain in the evening. That's going to continue into Thursday. Luckily, the temperatures will be like they are today, high of 67, but unfortunately, the sky is just not cooperating, and it will be rainy on and off all day long on Thursday. Looking at the weekends, we have more sun on Friday, but dropping back down to 53 degrees with a low of 38. And then Saturday, another Syracuse Mets home game with a special guest, Joey Chestnut. No, he will not be eating hot dogs anymore, but boneless fingers. Unfortunately, it is going to rain, so be prepared if you're going to either games. High of 50 though, low of 44. Looking around the region today, all in the 50s area. Syracuse at 47, Penyon at about 50, Ithaca, Elmira, a little bit warmer down there. Fulton and Rochester, though, also in the 40s. So it's pretty chilly all throughout the region. So if you are traveling, definitely make sure to bundle up. Guys?
Riley, thank you so much. Well, it's officially trout season tomorrow. See what we did there?
I like that.
Tuesday marks the day when New York State opens up harvest season.
Yeah, that's right. Our Cora Maricosta has the details on how one local fish farm is making a splash.
While April showers bring May flowers, it also brings in the start of trout season. Trout fitter fly shop owner Rick Kramer has been hooked onto fishing ever since he was little.
I mean, we're lucky here in Central New York. We have our problems, but we are water rich. We have more water than just about any place in the country, fresh water. Trout's a big part of it. We do multi-species here, just about everything you can imagine.
Over 1.5 million fish travel rivers and streams like this one each year. But with trout season just around the river bend, New York State is saying they are facing a trout shortage and hatcheries are trying to solve that problem.
Carpenter's Brook Fish Hatchery has been stocking nearby ponds and lakes for the past near 100 years. Its superintendent, Eric Stanzik, says it's a rewarding but stressful job.
They're more likely to survive the transport. It's stressful. It's hard on the fish to be in this pond, chased around, caught with nets, put in a truck, driven to the stream, depending on what the stream is, how many fish are going to be in there. They could be in the truck. You know, some of the streams that we're stocking are almost an hour away.
Just last week, Stanzik reports they stocked over 10,000 fish in waterways around the region. Kramer says he's thankful the hatchery reels in the shortage.
At its core, we're trout fitter, and unlike most places, we have a lot of trout fishing. So yes, big part of our business.
In Onondaga County for Citrus TV News, I'm Corey Costa.
Thanks so much, Cora. Over the weekend, Syracuse men's lacrosse hit the road to begin ACC play. Meanwhile, SU women's lac celebrated its seniors with a ranked matchup in the Dome. Could the Orange get things done on both fronts? Well, you'll just have to stick around to find out.
Women are bad with money.
That's what the world's been saying for centuries.
But now, we've got something to say. Save it. Save the old-fashioned advice, the empty excuses.
It's all worthless, unlike us. To our fellow females, it is time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Contributing to our futures, investing in our independence. Until we're no longer 80%
more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement. So again, we say to that, save it. The falsehoods, the feelings of fault, then the funds. Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
A 7-2 record is pretty good, but anything can happen once you start conference play. Welcome to sports. I'm Skyler Wilkes. 8th-ranked Syracuse men's lacrosse traveled to Charlottesville for a meeting with Virginia. The Orange came in on a 4-game win streak, yet the Cavaliers have always presented a challenge. SU's last 2 trips to the Commonwealth both ended in losses by 7 and 9 points. So let's take a look at what went down at Klockner Stadium. It's been a down year for Virginia. Started the year at 5th in the country, but now 0-3 against ranked opponents. You wouldn't have known that early on, though. Already up 4-1 in the first quarter. How about 5-1? McCabe Millen finds the back of the net. The Orange off to a really sluggish start, trying to muster anything they can. Running out of time in the first quarter, Peyton Anderson dodges the cage, jumps in front, and dunks it home to make it 5-2 at the end of the first. Syracuse really started waking up in the third quarter, thanks to this goal from Michael Leo. That was part of a 4-0 run where the Orange took their first lead of the game, all tied up at 9 in the fourth. Owen Hiltz puts this on for good measure. That was part of a 3-0 run to help the Orange pull away. Syracuse on the road in Charlottesville comes away with a 12-10 victory. Its 5th straight win, which matches the high from last year, and big reason why. You saw everyone celebrating with Jimmy McCool, and it was for good reason. The goalie made 17 saves just 1 week after he set his career high with 18. Plus, attackman Owen Hiltz kept his impressive streak alive. The grad student finished with 3 goals and an assist to secure his 55th straight game with a point. Syracuse certainly needs both players to stay hot going forward. Every opponent the rest of the way for Gary Gates' crew is ranked in the top 15. Well, if you're a fan of both SU lacrosse teams, you may have had a little deja vu on Saturday. While the men outlasted UVA, the women's squad had a chance to do the same just an hour earlier. It was senior day though, which added some extra pressure after the Orange blew a 4-point lead in the fourth quarter. It was an underclassman who saved the day. With less than 3 minutes left, freshman Caroline Trinkus scored the deciding goal to give the Orange a 13-12 win. However, the bigger story was Emma Ward. The grad student tallied a goal and 3 assists to reach 300 career points. To Ward, the day read more like a storybook than anything else.
It's pretty cool, and I think I'm someone who believes everything happens for a reason, and pretty cool to be able to be in the dome. Last game I'll play here, and to hit that milestone with such an amazing group and such an amazing game. It's an honor, and I've loved every moment I've gotten to wear the black ass.
Well, in case you forgot, baseball is back. About 20 minutes from now, the Mets battle the Marlins on the road for their second series of the season. New York hopes to bounce back after it dropped 2 of 3 in Houston to start 2025. The Mets mustered just 3 runs total against the Astros. Believe it or not, only 1 player in the lineup tonight is batting over 300. It's probably no surprise to learn that that guy is Juan Soto. The $700 million man aims to continue his strong start while batting second tonight in Miami. Max, Marie, that's all I've got.
Skyler, thank you so much. After the break, we will have one last look at your wake-up weather.
Welcome back to this week's episode of the Sideline Squeeze. I'm Victoria Daly.
And I'm Lindsay Aarons.
Jumping right into Thursday night football, the Commanders took on the Eagles last night, 3-0 the last 3 games. Virginia Tech is coming to the Dome tomorrow.
Fran Brown has just totally changed the culture of Syracuse football for the better.
September 14th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, we have a big fight card. Mikey, it's Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga.
The Eagles completely clicked on all cylinders in this second half.
Let's go to the finals predictions. What are you thinking?
I'm going Liberty and Sun, and I'm going Liberty taking it home this year.
On Bones Jones really kept his heavyweight here. I mean, a pure dominant TKO.
With November comes playoff time for women's soccer. That means the ACC tournament is in full swing, and the NWSL playoffs are not too far behind.
She's dominant in the paint. She scores in the paint. We know that she's aggressive. She littles everybody. But what does the perimeter look like?
It was a solid season for the Orange. I mean, like you said, 13-7 on the season, 4-4 in conference play.
You got Cameron Breen, you got Rakia Jackson. You just need somebody at that guard spot that look thin in that area. That could be a dangerous trio in the WNBA.
Welcome back. Now, I mentioned it's going to be pretty chilly tomorrow. Taking a look at the morning, around 8 a.m., it's going to feel like 24 degrees outside with an actual temperature of 33 degrees, but it's still going to be pretty humid throughout the day. Throughout the day, it's going to rise to only 37 degrees, so unfortunately, I think you might have to get the scarf back out. Took a break today. It will be sunny, though, all afternoon. The morning is going to start out a little bit cloudy, but the afternoon's actually going to be pretty nice in the sky, clear skies, and sunny.
I don't like those cold temperatures.
No, why are we back to the 30s?
I know. All right, well, hopefully it'll get warm soon. All right, well, a new heartwarming Hallmark movie is coming to your screens. Yeah, that's right. It might include some of your favorite Bills players. Holiday Touchdown, a Bills love story, will premiere during the Hallmark Channel's 16th annual countdown to Christmas.
Bills safety Damar Hamlin made the announcement late last week. This is so exciting. I love Hallmark movies. I know they can be kind of cheesy, but personally, I love them so much.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but maybe I'll tune in for this.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched one, but maybe involving sports, I might be more interested.
Yeah,
okay, back me up here. You're excited, right?
Yeah, I'm from Buffalo, so I'm hoping to see some of my favorite places in it. I've heard that they're shooting in Buffalo, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see some barbell duffs in the background, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to go check out the production.
Yeah,
we should all watch it together.
Yes, we should.
I think that'd be really fun. A little Citrus reunion.
Yeah, a little Hallmark reunion.
Yeah, absolutely, because they are usually cheesy, so I don't know.
All right, well, that's Citrus TV News Live at 6 for this Monday.
Don't forget, you can also follow us on X and Instagram at Citrus TV News. Now, for the entire team, I'm Marie Achkar.
And I'm Max Williams. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.